I got the dreaded phone call from my boss. We weren't getting the business, so that trailer very quickly became my home.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my next video. As you can see, today we're going to do a interview with Robert. Hi, Robert.
Hi.
In a Class A, and I haven't done many Class A's, and it's not because I don't like them or anything. I just, for some reason, they don't come up very often. So I'm really looking forward to learning about a Class A. So, Robert, how long have you been on the road?
Officially actually hit the road and left my home state October of last year.
And you didn't start out in an RV.
Nope, apartment living before that, roommates and shared spaces, and 2020 come along and, you know, everybody knows what happened, and stumbled across people, tiny houses, doing tiny houses, and then from there, RV life and van life. And
so that's when you made the decision to go then in?
Yeah, I went and purchased my first travel trailer at the time, and kind of a scary experience. I'd never done anything like that before. My goal was to go ahead and try to, put solar on it, make it so that I could, be off-grid in it. Kind of halfway through that project, I got the dreaded phone call from my boss, and we weren't getting the business because of what was happening in the world. So that trailer very quickly became my home when I realized that I could not pay for that apartment. So that's kind of where it started, but I mainly started in RV parks. Fast forward to now, I got a better job. They allowed me to go remote. I finally decided, okay, that's it. Enough's enough. I'm out of here. And I literally made the decision one day and then left the next. I have no intentions of returning back home anytime soon. Home is on the road. Home is where I park it, as they say.
Right, right. Well, you're very fortunate to have a job where you can just continue your job from the road. That's really a great thing.
It's still not easy. This lifestyle is fun, but sometimes it's not easy. Mm-hmm. Right. In your house, you just flush your toilet and forget about it.
There you go.
And this thing, I gotta mess with that nastiness.
Yeah.
And I'm used to it, but it's still, you have to go into town. You have to be refilling your water all the time and finding places to put your trash. And when you're living in a house, you don't think of that stuff.
So are you now boondocking in this?
Oh, yes. The thing that's really fun is that when you realize you're sitting out in the middle of the desert, you're bringing in all this electricity and power, and you're living off grid, and you're not hooked to anything, yet you're living just as comfortably as somebody else in a house or an apartment.
All right, can we take a look around inside it? See
Absolutely,
what it looks like? Yeah. Let's do that. So
this is a 28-foot. I think it might be a little bigger, end to end, but I think the usable space is 28 foot. It's a Fleetwood Bounder. This one is a 1996. It's got the Ford V8 460 with 59,000 miles on it.
Wow, what a deal that is.
The engine's pretty good. The other mechanics are not perfect, but it's something I'm going to work on, and it hasn't let me down yet. Touch wood. So this was part of a trade deal. If I bought it outright, originally the lady wanted 15. After much back and forth, I traded the van and paid $2,500 cash. If I just bought it cash straight out, it would have been $12,500. So I got 10 for my van at the time, which was a 92 Dodge with a lot of paint issues. And so far everything works. The sink, the fridge, I use it all. They swapped the microwave out, actually put a low wattage microwave in, so I run that off grid too. So my microwave works, all my outlets, everything is working. The only thing I don't run is the air conditioner, which I try to stay out of climates that require me to turn that off. So this is the living area, I guess you could say. I will soon eventually be putting, I don't really use this fireplace. I don't want to take it out though. So I'm probably going to build some desks around it. And then that's where I will be able to work from. But right now, this is my captain's chair for working. And I just work off my laptop at the moment. This is the kitchen. It has your, 3-burner stove and your oven. That all works. As I said, I got a microwave, double sink. It's just like a tiny apartment kitchen.
Yes, it is.
And then I got a pretty sizable fridge that needs some food in it right now. But this runs off propane and seems to be very efficient. I thought about getting one of those 12-volt DC fridges, but we're gonna see how this does to begin with.
Really nice bathroom.
Yep, and it's
Big.
oh yeah, big shower as well. I love taking showers in there.
So your solar right now is not mounted?
Nope, it's a ground deploy right now. It will be mounted. Having the roof's okay, but it could do with a recoat, so I'm gonna have it recoated first. 400 on the ground deploy for now, but by the time this time next week, it'll be 600 and it'll be mounted on the roof.
Good. So you said you converted your Starlink to 12 volt. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
Let's go over there where it's at.
Okay.
For those of you who don't know, it's native 110, and its draw is about 60 watts, about 5 or 6 amps, and that, if you run it all the time, that really adds up.
Yeah, you have to leave your inverter on 24/7.
Yeah, and you got to have your inverter on, which is even a bigger draw.
So yeah, this is the dish, which will eventually get mounted probably on the back ladder. They have these poles that they make, and they have them here in town, and you can mount them to your back ladder. The one advantage of bringing it outside is if you may park somewhere that's shaded, and the dish needs to have a clear view of the north sky.
Right.
In order for it to work. Yep, through some wizardry trickery, as I call it, it takes the 12 volt and it converts it to a 48 volt because the dish takes 48 volt.
Mm-hmm.
And then I use this converter that converts the Ethernet, and then I just plug my own little router into it.
Mm-hmm.
And then that means you don't even have to use their router as well. So that's 12 volt as well. So all this is 12 volt, with the exception of it converting to the 48, but the efficiency of it is better because you're not taking 12, going to 110, and then dropping it back down to 48.
Right.
Plus the loss from just having your inverter on.
Right.
So it chops off 3 amps immediately, and I leave it on 24/7.
Right. So you've cut the power in about half, about half total. And that's a really big deal.
Being able to use my own secure router instead of what they give you is a game changer for me. For me, it was simple, but it's a little more on the complicated side for your average Joe. So I did make a video on the components that I bought and how you would do that. And there's a couple of other videos out there that have like the wiring guides and stuff for it. So
remind us again of your YouTube channel so people can go find that.
It's From the Road with Robert.
Yeah, and so you go into all the details. I know a lot of...
I do, and I'm going to be making a follow-up video soon of kind of the updated setup and, you know, what my experience has been versus just plugging it in the wall.
Good.
This is, well, the master bedroom, and there's a cat in here somewhere. I think she's hiding under the bed, probably. Yeah, this is cozy.
It really is nice. These things are really pleasant homes.
Yep. Yeah, I love this thing so far, despite the size and my initial worry of driving it. But, I mean, the thing that strikes me about this thing is I haven't filled every one of these. There's so much storage in this thing, I don't have enough stuff to fill them. Then there's all the stuff in the hallway, too. There's a massive pantry and a bunch of storage there, too. So if you want storage, this is definitely it.
Yeah, this is intended for a couple living in it, and single guy living in here just really kind of swims.
Oh, yeah. And then if that wasn't enough storage, there's storage under the bed, too.
Yeah, it lifts and just has an enormous amount under there.
Yep.
Take a look at this pantry. I bet that's enormous there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And this is what I call pantry and tech closet. There's not much food in here right now, but...
Well, that's your job.
That's my canned goods. That's all my tech back there. I have to go grocery shopping today.
But it's huge. My goodness, that's an enormous...
I know. And if that's not enough, I mean, I guess there used to be a tube TV in here. This is that, too.
Oh, wow. Boy, and that's beautiful wood. It really is. And the flooring is in really good shape, too.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure this is not the original flooring.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah. And then I got storage here and all the way around, and 90% of it is empty because I don't have enough stuff to put in those things yet. And I don't know I want to fill them because the more weight, the worse the gas mileage. Right. Yeah, so this is my home on wheels.
Good. It's really amazing and a great price. You've got a really screaming deal.
Yep. So this is like a big pass-through almost. And I have the solar panels right there. So I just keep them in here. You know, and these are all storage bays along here.
They're probably all empty too.
Yep. Except the one with the water tank. So this one right here, this houses my my inverter there, a 2000 watt rich solar pure sine wave inverter. So I have the inverter on this side, and then on this one I have a 200 amp hour lithium battery.
Very good.
And then the charge controller. Somebody did change the generator in this from whatever was in it, but this thing is massively loud.
Yes, yeah.
So this is for real emergencies, and it says it's quiet technology inverter, but it's an open frame generator. So what I did find was pretty cool though is that right there is a little pump for the fuel, and they hook that into the main fuel tank, so you can fill your generator off your main fuel tank.
That is nice. Okay, and so you're using your tanks, so you're taking your showers inboard, you're using the toilet, and
I am.
all of that.
I am using the black, I'm using the gray, I use the fresh water. I thought about composting, but to me it's not really been a big deal. I've done it for so long living in an RV park too. It's just second nature to me. I'm like, it doesn't gross me out as much. Yeah, I buy those little tablets so there's no smell from that, you know, because a lot of people have problems with the smell coming from those, and I don't really have any issues with that. I just make sure that I keep it really clean.
Right, that's the key.
Yep.
Just maintenance, like everything else in life. It just requires maintenance. And you've tried a number of different rigs since you've been out.
I have. I bought my first rig and was scared to tow it. I decided very quickly that that was not for me, and I decided to let that go, and I was looking for a van. I was like, I really have to try a van. Everybody's doing the, maybe if I get a van, then I'll hit the road because it'll be easier. It'll be like driving a truck. I got the van, did what I could with it, and then sure enough, I did hit the road. But now I'm out here realizing it's not as scary as I thought. It's like, well, I would like something a little bit more roomy because I work from home full time, and a lot of people, you know, when you're doing the van life, you're spending a lot of time outside, and I don't always have that option, at least, you know, during a regular work day. Hence where we're at now with this one and having more room. You know, you're never gonna find the perfect rig.
No. And if people wanted to follow you, do you have any social media?
I do. I have a YouTube channel. It's called From the Road with Robert. It's all separate words. You can also find it if you just put the @ symbol and then From the Road with Robert.
Be sure and check out his YouTube channel, folks. Really, really good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, Robert, thank you so much for sharing your home with us. It's beautiful. It was reasonably priced. You've got it checked out by an RV inspector, so you don't expect it to be reliable and long-lasting. So, folks, if you got some great ideas here, and I know you have, then like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll talk to you later. Bye now.